Neuberger, and this is Sandler rule number 40, fake it until you make it. So ask yourself a question. Have you ever needed the business or shown your prospect that you needed the business so bad that you actually lost the deal? Let me share a quick story with you to illustrate this. A good client of ours was recently in a meeting. We'll call him John. And while he was in the meeting, about 40 minutes in, the prospect says to him, "Hey, listen, I appreciate this meeting. We've already met with 5 of your competitors. The real question we have is, why should we do the business with you?" Now, ask yourself a question. If you were to fake it till you make it, or if you were to maybe act financially independent, like you didn't need the business, what would be the right question to ask here? Here was the question John asked. John said, "Listen, Bill, at this stage of the meeting, I don't know the answer to that question. Maybe you shouldn't do the business with me. But let me ask you, you've met with 5 of my competitors. Why are you talking to me?" And at that point, Bill, the prospect, came back and said, "Listen, all of those other people we talked to just seemed to want to pitch us on whatever they wanted to talk about. We were never really satisfied with what we heard in those meetings, so we started to ask around and we heard about you, and everyone seemed to point us back in the direction of you. So I think we can move on. I had to ask the question," and John said, "Perfectly fine. So it's okay to move forward?" The prospect said yes. So what did John really do? He acted financially independent. He didn't act arrogant, and he didn't act needy in any way, like he had to have the business. What did the other 5 competitors do that John didn't do? Well, the other 5 competitors said the following to the question of, why should I do the business with you? Their answers were, because we give great service. We have great products. We have lots of clients. You get me. These were the typical answers that everyone else gave. And by acting financially independent and not answering the same way that John's competitors were answering, John was able to win the business. Understand this, the next time somebody says to you, "Why should I do business with you?" remember Sandler rule number 40 and say, "Maybe you shouldn't, but let me ask you a question." Remember, fake it until you make it.